What is up, guys? Zacking here. Welcome to a special live stream today where we're going to break down exactly how to get started in wholesaling real estate as a beginner. If you have no money, you don't know what you're doing in wholesaling real estate and everything you need to know when getting started as a beginner wholesaling real estate. So I am having a special episode today, and really what I wanted to kind of start off today with is about how you can wholesale anywhere, how anyone can start in wholesaling real estate, and that there should be no limits to your success in wholesaling. So this is a special episode. As you see behind me, I am in beautiful Mexico. I'm actually going marlin fishing with Rick right now, and I was having a freak attack. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do my live streams, but right now the internet is working. So I am currently able to do live streams from Mexico. So let me show you a quick background. Looks beautiful, right, guys? Looks nice. Got the boats. Pretty big boats for pretty big fish we're catching here. So I'm pretty excited about this. And what I want to do tonight is just have a conversation about getting started in wholesaling real estate. The point here is, guys, I can go anywhere in the entire world. And if I have an internet connection, I can, first of all, do a live stream with you guys. That's pretty cool, right? And number two, if I have an internet connection, I can wholesale real estate. Guys, I'm going to make tens of thousands of dollars this week while I'm in Mexico wholesaling real estate, and I'm doing it all virtually. I have an acquisitions team. I have a dispositions team. I have the marketing's going. Guys, I can do, like, I'm on a boat tomorrow just catching big marlin, like living my life while wholesaling real estate. The point is you can do it from anywhere. So again, this is not a virtual wholesaling video today specifically, but like I can do this, you can do this. And if a 17-year-old broke kid who is 22 years old right now was able to create this life and build this life of his dreams doing this, guess what? You can do it too. I'm not the, as Smash Mouth says, the sharpest tool in the shed sometimes, but I think I know enough to help you guys learn wholesaling real estate. So that's what I want to do today. I want to have a candid conversation about getting started with no money, the limitations you have, and exactly what you should be doing. Before we get it going, do me a big favor and smash the like button and subscribe. And let's talk about it. So the first thing you have to understand about wholesaling real estate when you have zilch, $0, no money, what are some of these free methods to be doing? How do you get started? So if you want to get started wholesaling real estate, the most important thing you have to understand is a lack of money should never be an excuse for you not to be successful in wholesaling. It is the lack of will, the lack of action, and most importantly, the lack of not willing to take an action. The truth is, if you are not successful in wholesaling real estate, there's usually 3 or 4 reasons why. First of all, you're being too arrogant. A lot of people see free wholesaling information in front of them. They know this is a really good side hustle, full-time method, a full-time way for you to make a ton of money. But they think, you know what? I just don't want to do it. I'm too good for wholesaling. It's kind of a thing of arrogance. Number 2, they don't do it from a point of fear. They're scared to get started. They're scared of the effort and the treacherous action they have to take to become successful. I can tell you right now, it is not fun. It is sometimes a little scary to get started wholesaling real estate. I completely understand. It is not for the faint of heart getting started. That's the best way I could put it. Or number 3, just saying this like nicely, you're being stupid. And the nicest way possible, but like you're being really stupid right now if you're not getting started wholesaling real estate and you think something else is going to be the next big thing, right? You're like, oh, I'm going to do some Forex. I'm going to do some Amazon FBA. I'm going to do social media marketing agencies. That's the thing, guys. I've looked at every single side hustle, and I've probably done every single one when I was 15, 16 years old. I've tried them all. It's kind of stupid. I should have done wholesaling first, but I was being stupid. I did drop shipping. I made over $20,000 in profit drop shipping when I was like 15, 16 years old. Still, like, it didn't matter. I had a ton of revenue coming from it. It was nothing, so much more work than actual real wholesaling real estate. I've had so many buddies do social media. I actually have a buddy. He does a social media marketing agency. He actually does a lot. Like he makes more than the average very good wholesaler, but like, you know, he teaches a lot of people social media marketing agencies. I'm not calling him a guru or anything, but like, most people doing it, like they're not successful with it. Like it takes the few action takers out here. And when you look at the Forex, the Amazon automation, like all these little side hustles, it all boils down to if you're willing to actually accept the knowledge and take the action. It's a really simple formula. First, if you don't accept the knowledge that's being given to you, you're not going to be successful. So, hey, cold calling works, SMS, text blasting, we're just getting that knowledge in, then creating an actual step and going after it, it's going to work. But the thing about all those different side hustles that is not the same with wholesaling real estate is number one, we're speaking Spanish tonight, right? Number one, it costs $0 to get started in wholesaling real estate. And if you want to make $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 right now, it costs $0 to get started. And that was the point today. That's really what I want to break down. So let me look at some comments. Let me just make sure that you guys can hear me. I do want to make sure nothing is being taken off. I'm going to check my phone for a second. I'm going to talk here for a second about getting started. But I do want to check the audio because this is my first international show. So kind of weird. We have an international show today. So, but yeah, guys, I flew in today. So it was pretty fun. So we're going to load this up. But first of all, when you understand when you got no money in wholesaling real estate, there's 3 methods of wholesaling I want to teach today. So let's just make sure it is loading. I'm honestly, I'm just going to say this right now. I don't want to jinx this, but I'm actually honestly shocked I'm in Mexico right now. And I can live stream like this. The internet's I thought it was going to be really bad, but shout out to Mexico. You're doing something right, guys. So you're starting out wholesaling real estate. What do? What's the method? Let's just get in the nitty gritty right now. There's 3 parts of real estate wholesaling you have to understand and master to get deals and be consistent and to make a ton of money, quit your job and go full-time in this business. Number 1, marketing. Number 2, acquisitions. Number 3, dispositions. That's it. You have to know how to do those 3 things correctly and you'll be successful. The truth is most wholesalers aren't willing to do those things. They might be really good at one thing and really bad at other things, and it's not going to work really well. It's like being an all-around good athlete. It's like being an all-around very good chess champion. It's like being an all-around amazing Call of Duty player, right? Like you're lacking in something. You might be really quick and nice, but if you're really slow, you're not going to be successful. When you're starting out, let's kind of break down those 3 things so we understand how you can do that in your business. So number 1 is marketing. And I think that's when we're starting out in this business. A lot of wholesalers, they get very confused, right? It's like, oh, I thought I have to buy this course. I have to learn all this. First of all, the information to learn all 3 of these things is absolutely for free. I teach it free at freewholesale.com. Everyone's going to scream about that forever. I do recommend you go at freewholesale.com if you do want to learn wholesaling real estate for free. But if you're starting out and you want to get deals, right? You want to find motivated sellers, the knowledge is not an issue here because all the knowledge is at freewholesale.com. Let me put it on the bottom left here. And yes, I did go to Mexico and I'm wearing a Florida hat, Florida shirt. Don't judge me, but all right. I got my computer on the bottom right. Oops, is that it? There we go. All right, we don't have the nice studio today, but whatever. Okay. FYI, guys, these things, it's stereo, so I have to put 1 on each one. If this does go out, tell me in the comments, and I have to switch the mics up, but we're all fine with this because I can go forever tonight on this. Actually, I got to get up early tomorrow, but it's for another day. So marketing. If you want to find motivated sellers, get deals, first of all, you want to learn it, just go here to freewholesale.com. That's the best way to learn real estate wholesaling absolutely for free. Now, if you want to find motivated sellers, there's honestly 2 things you got to understand about marketing. There are lists and there are channels. We got to do each one for free. So that's why I'm just trying to break this down really quick. So what are some free lists? Everyone knows I scream about this. These are government lists. These are lists you get absolutely for free from the government. I absolutely love government lists. What are government lists? What are shutoffs, code violations, tax delinquencies, liens, credit card debt lien lists. You can technically get the arrest record list, pre-foreclosures. You get all these lists you get for free. I do teach them all at freewholesale.com right there. Quick plug. Now, if you can harvest these lists, the problem is it's like a bow and arrow. I always say this. You have the bow and you got the arrow, right? The thing is, you might have the best bow in the world, but if your arrow is really bad, it's not. If you have a Nerf, you remember those Nerf footballs as a kid? If you had a Nerf football at the end of that bow and you're trying to go hunting or something, it's gonna be terrible. So you might have the most gangster, awesome list possible in wholesaling real estate, but the problem is you might have the most gangster list ever. But if your marketing channel sucks, you're not gonna do well. And the thing about marketing channels is it's not even about how much you pay. it's really about the effort. And I know everyone knows the quote, the best things in life are free. And I completely agree. That's why wholesaling knowledge is free. That's why I give it to you for free, right? But it's honestly true. The best things in life right now are free. How do you get really good at SMS text blasting? How do you get good at your cold calling? To get really good at all these things, it all comes down to having conversations with sellers. That's all it comes down to. So guys, go to freewholesaling.com if you do want to learn wholesaling real estate for free. I don't want to be annoying that top thing there. But if you want to learn wholesaling for free, I do recommend, though, you should be going after government lists and cold calling them. Now, what are some other good lists to be going after? I actually recommend reverse drawing for dollars. Now, reverse drawing for dollars might be new to a lot of people, but my people have been watching me for a little bit. You're probably rolling your eyes again, like, oh my gosh, he's talking about reverse drawing for dollars again. Oh my gosh, this guy just does not stop about reverse drawing for dollars. And it's true, I do not stop about reverse drawing for dollars because it is such an underrated strategy right now. If you right now are struggling to get deals and you got no money, like if you're able to drive around or you're driving to work and you see ugly houses, just get a sticky note and say, hey, my name is Zach. I had a quick question about the property. Please give me a call back and then put the number right there. I'm telling you guys, it works really well. All these strategies are at freewholesaling.com. Now, if you can pull the list and cold call, that's probably going to be your most effective way. The reason why I'm telling a lot of people who are broke, who have no money starting out in wholesaling real estate, they should start cold calling. Zillow for sale by owners. Start cold calling the government list, right? Even the driving for dollars list if you can. Walk for dollars. Not drive, it costs money. Bike for dollars. Boat for dollars, right? We got the boats behind us, right? If you do any of these strategies right now, you're just going to have the reps coming in. And the reps are what actually makes you a better wholesaler. I get started with no money. Like you guys see me every Tuesday. I do my Zillow for sale by owner cold calls, right? I crush it. I get really good price reductions. I get the best prices out of my sellers almost every single time. And I do really well. And did I spend any money doing that? No. I got my phone, right? And I'm smiling and dialing. That's all I do, and that's how I get these really good wholesaling deals. The funniest thing about that is I'm smiling and dialing is costing me $0 and I'm getting good real estate wholesaling deals. The best things in life are sometimes free. It is true. Best things in life are free. And it costs me no money. It costs me no money just to have a conversation with somebody, see how they're doing, and give them a little lowball offer on the property. Negotiate from there, and hey, if it's a deal, if it's a deal. If it's not a deal, it's not a deal. I'm not going to stress over that. I'm not going to make it the end of the world for me, right? But once you start figuring out that it's all about having as many conversations that are quality with your sellers, you're going to do really well. That's why I talk to a lot of people. They do SMS text blasting, and they're like, Zach, I got no money for SMS text blasting. And I tell you to keep doing it. You're like, Zach, what do I do? So if you can do SMS text blasting for free, all you got to do is compile a list of 40 or 50 code violations, reverse drawing for dollars. Guess what you do? You go to truepeoplesearch.com, get their phone number, text them. Google Voice, you can text people. Also, another way, you can do Facebook messaging. If you are not cold messaging 50 messages a day and you're broke, you are being very ignorant to the information I say on this channel. I truly believe that every single person that has a Facebook account watching this right now should be sending out at minimum 40 to 50 Facebook messages a day. And even if you're making 100K a month, you still should be doing that. I do that. I get a lot of DMs, so I technically can. But the truth here is you should at minimum, let's say you're making a ton of money in wholesaling, you should outreach at least 40 to 50 people in your local market just for networking opportunities. And if you got no money at all, pull a government list, find their name, and the ones you can't find their information, find them on Facebook. Sally Santos in Palm Harbor, Florida, and you see her Facebook, cold message her like you're doing a Facebook message. You're actually going to get a hold of these sellers. It works so well, guys. Zillow for sale by owners. There's an unlimited tap of motivated seller leads out here right now in wholesaling real estate. And if you want the leads coming to you, I do recommend reverse rank for dollars. I don't know how to say the right way because I do not want to get sued. I've been threatened so many times from gurus for saying these type of things. There's people out here that claim that there are methods to find sellers that cost $0 and blah, 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 blah. And I can tell you right now, what I say is the best way when it comes to getting sellers for free. Someone might say, oh, use this method for finding motivated sellers. You know, it will cost you nothing, but you got to buy my $4,000 course about it. Guys, that's the $4,000 marketing motivated seller finding method, not the no dollar one, right? And that's the truth you got to be understanding yourself. Like if some guru, and guys, I was scrolling on Facebook today in the airport, right? And I get like 4 of them. Like, I'll show you how to find sellers for free. You just got to pay my course, right, bro? Hop on my webinar right now and I'll teach you. They're trying to sell you a $10,000 course to teach you the information I give absolutely for free. You see ads all the time about this, and they use fancy names. They call it the GID method or the Zach method. Blah, blah, blah. It's so annoying, guys. The truth is, everyone's going to save the information I give. They're going to put it which way. They're probably watching right now. What's up, gurus? And they're trying to go sell you some stupid little course about it. And because they're trying to target people that have no money, and they're trying to put you on credit cards, all this stuff. But when we talk about the marketing section first and foremost right now, if you want to find motivated seller leads absolutely for free, everything's at freewholesaling.com. You either got to do a government list or a hunting list. Hunting lists, trying for dollars, still for sale by owners. Government lists, water shutoff, tax liens, tax delinquencies, fire damaged properties, arrest records, IRS debt lien list, you can do utility liens. Guys, one thing I'll tell you, if you can't get the water shutoff list right now, my DMs have been insane lately about, oh, I can't get the water shutoff list, or like there's some states have like weird municipality laws about the water shutoff list because y'all crazy cats and kittens over here keep messaging the utility department about this. I think it's absolutely hilarious. And they make laws about, hey, you can't get the water shutoff list. And it's kind of sad, but it's true. What you can do instead is just pull the utility liens list. You can do it on listarea.com, aka PropStream, zachdata.com. Those cost money, right? If you just go to the utility liens, so you go to the liens and go by the utility company, you can actually find them pretty easy. Actually not that difficult to do at all. So that's definitely a really good one. So we kind of covered marketing right there. And guys, that is a basic overview of finding motivated sellers when you have $0 at all for marketing. I get really like in the thick of it at freewholesaling.com. So I do recommend everybody goes to freewholesaling.com. Freewholesaling.com is where it's at. I'm telling you right now, it is where it's at. Now, let's go to number 2, acquisitions. This is where I roll my eyes because I truly believe that 90% of the struggle when it comes to wholesaling real estate with no money, starting out, is just getting that stinking contract. That's it. Because it's like locking a deal up, it's a piece of paper. You get an e-sign for free, right? Like it costs no money. Even the people running these huge operations, it's practically free right now, okay? Cash buyers, guys. Let's talk about acquisitions first, then we'll get into cash buyers. I get ahead of myself. I get excited about wholesaling, guys. I'm on a vacation, and what am I doing on my vacation? I'm talking about wholesaling because that is my vacation. I love wholesaling, you know. It's amazing. Well, I love wholesaling, guys. But what I can tell you is acquisitions. Acquisitions is the second easiest part. I think cash buyer is still the easiest part, even today. Acquisitions all comes down to experience and how confident you are talking to the seller. And like I've been saying from the beginning, like what's the underlining sentence I've been telling you? I've been repeating. I've been getting through your head so many times, right? It's getting through. I was like, this is getting annoying. Zach keeps saying the same thing, but the best things in life are free. Let's hear that again. Zach says the best things in life are free. The best skills in wholesaling real estate are free. They cost no money. And those are the things that cost no money. Those skills to acquire that cost $0 is ironically the most expensive thing gurus try to teach you. You know, there's one guru who has a free wholesaling course, right? Love it. I love the free wholesaling course. And they'll teach you this part about wholesaling when it comes to closing a seller. So like that's in the paid course. And that's the part where you guys need the most help. That's the part where it costs no money to learn, because when I show you how to close a seller, I'll just release a video of me just closing a seller on YouTube, right? And I drop them at freewholesaling.com. Like, that's where you guys need the help, and it costs $0 to learn this stuff. So let's put up freewholesaling.com again. I feel like I'm doing a webinar. We're doing the. I was watching Seinfeld on the plane, so they did the PBS webinar episode, and I feel like I'm doing that today. I don't know why, but I won't pull a Kanye on the PBS one, but it's just funny. But what I can tell you guys is, if you want to learn acquisitions, talking to a seller, the biggest struggle is just having that confidence. Because really, if I can break down acquisitions, like if I got to talk somebody like, oh my gosh, like, I got to get this deal sold. I got to get this deal sold like right now. And I have to get this thing done. And I have somebody in front of me that, let's say, is a cashier at a grocery store. Okay, we're gonna use that example because I used to work at a grocery store. And I had to grab their shoulders, and I only had 15 seconds to show them how to wholesale real estate. What would I do? And for acquisitions, like, actually, no, if I had 15 seconds to teach them about acquisitions, I would grab him or her by the shoulders, shake them violently, and say, just act like you're buying a car and lowball them. That's all I would say. Honestly, that is all I could say to somebody. Like, if I got to get them to close the deal, like right now, like right stinking now, what would I do? That's what I'd tell them. And the truth is, if somebody has enough confidence, which confidence doesn't come from ego, it doesn't come from being flamboyant about how good you are, thinking we're the most macho man or woman in the world, right? Like an alpha or whatever. No, it comes from being certain with yourself and having certainty with yourself that you can do what you're saying, and the belief that you're saying with your motivated sellers, right? And that confidence comes from just being comfortable to a point. So if I tell that cashier and they pull up to that appointment, or they go on the phone and try to talk to the seller, what did I tell them? Act like you're buying a car and lowball them. What do you do when you're buying a car? Pretty much everyone watching this has bought a car. You have a conversation. Hey, I'm looking to. How do you go? Like, if someone's like, what do you want? Hey, I'm looking to buy your car. I'm looking for a car to buy. Like pretty simple, right? Oh, I'm a car buying hedge fund service, and we have a financing department, and we do many things with the cars. I'm a master mechanic for 44 years. You don't say that, right? Like, you don't say that. Okay, I'm looking to buy a car. I don't say I'm an expert buying the car. I've none of this. I'm just looking to buy a car. Guess what happens when you're trying to buy a house, when you're doing the wholesaling, right? Hey, I'm looking to buy the house. I'm looking to buy it for cash. What are you trying to do? I'm trying to buy it for cash. Me and my partner trying to buy it. Pretty easy, right? Like, so many people complicate it, and truthfully, it's not complicated. It's just having conversation with the seller. What do you when you're buying the car? You're having that general conversation. You're talking to the seller, and really, like, then you give them a low ball offer. Either they take it or they don't. That's really it. And what about comping and all that? Guys, truthfully, if you lowball a seller and you can know in a general sense, I think it should take you 5-10 minutes if you're going to give like a offer right now to a motivated seller. Really, it should take 5-10 minutes to really figure out a guesstimate MAO, because it's really ARV minus repairs, then put it with your multiplier that we teach at freewholesaling.com, either 70, 80, 83, or 85%. Put in that category. Very, very simple to do. ARV is really easy. Repairs, I got the repair chart on there at freewholesaling.com. It's pretty simple to do. Now, what's the multiplier, guys? 70% if the ARV is under $120,000. 80% if the ARV is between 120 is about 200. 250 is more or less 83%. And then you could push to 300, and then like anything 300 plus, I would probably put 85%, maybe 330. It depends on the market, but like that's roughly my range in wholesaling real estate, what I've seen. But really, if you put that range in, you just have a conversation. How much do you need to sell the car for, aka the house, right? Have a general conversation with the seller, and it's going to go well. And either the seller is okay with your price or they don't. And that's what I tell someone within 15 seconds of closing a sale. And I could probably get a lot of confident cashiers to go and close the deal. It doesn't take confidence if I tell you to buy a car, right? It doesn't take this huge confidence boost, and there's no hyping up. But the problem is so many of you guys, and I'm talking to you, okay? Like, I'm talking to you right now. Like, you're nervous. Not everyone. I'm talking to the nervous people. If you're nervous to talk to a seller right now, come on, let's have a conversation here, okay? If you're nervous to talk to a seller, act like you're buying a car. What is the worst that's going to happen? They say no, all right? If you go to freewholesaling.com and learn the strategies I do, It's actually impossible for someone to be mad with your low ball offer. If you do the good cop, bad cop, dollar bill method, volley method, it's extremely hard. And if you condition the seller correctly, you're going to do really well. The truth is either you're nervous right now because you're not confident in your ability, which is probably because you don't have the knowledge right here at freewholesaling.com, or number two, you're overhyping yourself. You're overthinking it. And a lot of smart people, a lot of really intelligent people, they overthink things. And that causes a lot of detriment to their success. And so let me talk to the smart people in the house that are nervous. You're too smart for your own good. You want to be right at this, and that's fine. But you really got to look at basketball and a numbers game. Would you rather be 90% shooting? So if you shoot 90% of your three-pointers and they go in, but you only do 3 a game? Or would you rather be 50% effective and you put 30 shots up? You're going to put 15 in versus 3. You're going to 5x your results. And here's the best part. Nobody has to know what your shooting percentage is. They only see the buckets that go in. That kind of changes the game, right? Like, there's no penalties. It's like baseball to a point. Like, there's no strikes. There's only balls, right? Like, swing for the fences, right? That's the point about baseball too. It's like if you swing for the fences and you miss, you get a strikeout. You're off. If you swing for the fences and miss, there's always another pitch coming down the line, and no manager's going to cut you off the team or anything like that. So, really, the more experience you have, the better you're going to be. And really, the more offers you make, the better. Nobody remembers Babe Ruth as he was probably one of the most struck out my baseball aficionados can let me know, but I'm pretty sure this is right. Babe Ruth is one of the most striked out batters of all time, but nobody knows about that. Nobody. Everybody knows about his home run records, especially for the time, right? He's a living legend, and he failed a lot. But you guys don't know about that. You only know about the successes and the home runs because it didn't faze him. He wasn't nervous. If he swung and missed, he's a legend. It doesn't matter. You're not going to remember it. He's not going to remember. He's going to forget about it. New York, forget about it, right? He's going to hit another homer, and that's all that's going to be remembered. And that's the way you got to look at your acquisitions. That's the way you got to look at talking to sellers, and that's going to help you a lot here. So I really believe that, and this is for a lot of acquisition people in wholesaling real estate. This is a huge one I can break down for you guys right now. And I'm going to use a baseball analogy. So if you guys don't know baseball too well, I'm sorry. But a lot of you guys right now starting out in wholesaling real estate, right? Like you got the bat, you got the pitch coming. You see a pitch, oh, I don't want to swing. You get a pitch, oh, I don't want to swing. And guys, you've been on that mound for about 4 hours already, and you haven't swung. You're never going to hit a home run if you don't swing. You know you have to swing, but you're not swinging. And if you know there's no strikes, just swing. Come on. What? You're just going to swing. No one's going to remember you missing the swing. I played T-ball as a kid. I'm embarrassed to say this, but this is absolutely true. When I played T-ball, a couple of times, starting out, I would swing. I'd miss the entire tee. I was like 5, okay? I missed the tee. It was right there. I missed it. I never ended up being a baseball prodigy, but that's okay. That's okay. It's for a different day. We'll talk about our struggles later. But the thing is, nobody knows about it. You right now, you might see my successes. You might see the big checks, the fancy stuff, but you haven't seen how many times I've failed, how many sellers outright told me no. I've left an appointment empty-handed. There's so many times. You guys don't know about that. You don't have to know about it. It doesn't matter. I'm successful. I'm where I need to be I am at where I need to be at my life right now. I can run a 7-figure wholesaling operation just doing what I'm doing right now. And the funniest part is, you guys won't remember the mistakes. You're only going to see the successes. And truthfully for me, every single failure I've had when talking to a seller, every single seller that said no, every single time I didn't get a deal, looking back at it now, it all actually helped me where I'm at right now. And I'm grateful for every mistake I made. Because due to those mistakes, those missed swings, I knew exactly what I did wrong, and I perfected even more. Where when I swing right now, that thing is just flying off, and I'm doing really well. So the question is, why aren't you swinging? And that's for the people that are learning wholesaling for free right now. Why aren't you swinging? And it breaks my heart a lot of you guys aren't swinging right now. And just do it. Just try it. See how it feels. It might feel good. You might like just swinging and missing all the time. But it's crazy, guys. I don't know what other sign I give to you guys right now than just try. For the people that are watching this right now that just haven't tried it, it breaks my heart because you have all the information right now. People 5 years ago didn't have this wholesaling information absolutely for free. They didn't. And you're lucky right now being the perfect time to learn wholesaling real estate absolutely for free, and you're not taking that action right now. You guys need to be taking that action. So that is acquisitions. Really, like if you want to learn the entire acquisitions like process more or less, just go to freewholesaling.com. It's all in there. It's going out. So we're getting a lot of people in the chat. I love seeing it. Want to read some comments, but I do want to end the last part here, which is dispositions. And if everyone's watching this and they're just hopping on, we're getting some people hopping on the live. We're at a special Mexico live stream today, Mexico. So let's see what we got behind us. Getting a little better today. So we got looking a little better. Looking a little better, but absolutely beautiful tonight. Looking nice. I'll bring the camera over a little later, but you guys seeing the reflection. We got a little. We don't have the fanciest setup in the world, but I don't really care. I definitely want to get a little vlog in. So yeah, awesome guys on the channel. Let me say it after, but I do want to make a big announcement at the end of this. This is why I'm really happy. I'm actually have probably one of the coolest videos ever done on the Zach and YouTube channel, which you guys are watching right now, is going to drop tomorrow. So I do want to talk about that a little bit about that. I think it's going to be really, really fun and cool. Something completely different than you've ever seen with me. Get some cameos, and it's going to be. You're going to see a side of it. It's going to be great. It's amazing. It's like, well, let's talk about dispositions really quick, okay? And guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please smash that like button and subscribe. Comment below. We have a StreamYard link. We're going to keep this party going all night long. We're going to be excited about this and break it down. Rick might even walk in the room. I don't even know. Maybe he'll say hi. I don't know. He's got to tell me what time I got to wake up tomorrow. But he'll probably come by and say hi. But what I can tell you is disposition. Let's break this down really quick. Finding a cash buyer is actually the easiest thing right now. In wholesaling real estate, if you want to go find a cash buyer, they're sitting there. They're just sitting there. It's like if I go ask you right now, hey, can you give me a Big Mac from McDonald's? It's like, oh, here's what happens if I ask you to get a Big Mac from McDonald's, right? I talked to 10 people. 8 of them can probably do it. One of them is probably going to be upset that I asked. And then the other person is going to go say, you know what? Actually, 2 people are going to say this. It's just so hard finding a Big Mac nowadays. It's so difficult. And the truth is why they're complaining is because they don't know how to find a McDonald's. And because they don't know how to find it, they assume that there's no McDonald's anywhere around them. And they said, finding McDonald's is the hardest thing ever. Oh, it's the worst. Oh my gosh, I wish I had this crazy thing that could just find all the McDonald's for me out here. And the product, freewholesaling.com. Freewholesaling.com. FREEHOLSALING.com. Freewholesaling.com is my free real estate wholesaling course where I teach real estate wholesaling absolutely for free. I teach the entire wholesaling real estate process. I teach you everything you know from A to Z, how to wholesale real estate, how to wholesale houses, become as rich as possible in your wildest dreams, absolutely for free. It costs $0, and I don't charge. I'm never going to charge for it. It's a free real estate wholesaling stinking crazy course, right? But it is like the Big Mac. They're sitting there waiting. Amazing real estate wholesaling deals. Just sitting there waiting for wholesaling real estate success. And the truth is, if you believe it is your duty to become successful in wholesaling real estate, you do need to go to freewholesaling.com. You need to smash the like button and subscribe. You got to get it going. But how do you find the Big Mac, right? First of all, freewholesaling.com will basically show you a map where all the Big Macs are in your area. But to say it in a better analogy, they're on basically, most of them are on 3 platforms in 3 different ways. So number one, the easiest, like this is probably like where they kind of technically all are to a point. There's more than three, but like these are three main ones, more or less. Number one, the cash sales. And this actually costs money. So like, I'm not going to tell everyone to do this, but I do want to tell everyone out here, maybe you have a plug that gives you a free software. You could get a free trial, right? But if you just go cold call the cash sales. So we have listrei.com, listrei.com, and then we also got zacdata.com, zachdata.com, zacdata.com. Those are websites you get for free where you can actually cold call the cash sales. And what are the cash sales? Cash sales is basically a list of every single cash transaction that happened in your local city, area code, municipality, zip code, all these things, right? And basically how all these pretty much work is if I bought a house cash, I'm going to be on that list. And if you bought a house cash, you might want to buy another house for cash. And guess what? You're on my list and I get a cold call that, right? That's the point. Buy a house for cash. So if you bought a house for cash, all cash, it's pretty easy to find. And maybe you want to buy actually another one. It's going to be a great list to be going after. They have the flippers tab on there that show people that buy houses for cash and then flip them for other profits, right? That's a decent one. That's another really good one to do. But honestly, if I can be completely honest with you, that's probably where a lot of people just, if they have a big operation, that's great. But like, that's not where I think a lot of the free wholesaling stuff should be. Now, if you want to learn real estate for free, you want to actually find your cash buyers for free, these are the two good strategies, which I always say. Number two, for rents. So most likely your cash buyer in wholesaling real estate is either going to be a rich landlord or they're going to be a house flipper. Most of the time it's those two things. So let's talk about the first one. Where are the rich landlords? Where are the people that are buying houses and renting them out? Guess what they're doing? They're renting out property. And how do you post your deal if you want to rent it out? You list it for rent. So guess where we're going to go? If I'm trying to find where the Big Macs are and I find a Big Mac convention, I'm going to go to the Big Mac convention and then ask those people, hey, where are the Big Macs, right? And that's what we're doing today. We are going to where the landlords hang out. And where do the landlords like to hang out? The for rents, because they like renting out property. So we're going to go to Zillow, and this is a free one. Go to Zillow, go to for rents, start calling the listings, and find the listings where the landlord's actually listing it themselves. Sometimes a little cheap. They want to get a little better deal in wholesaling, right? They want to get a little better deal in the real estate. They want to deal with a realtor sometimes. These work really, really well. So I do recommend that. I think that's a really, really good strategy starting out too. That you just go on Zillow, for rents, Facebook, heck, Craigslist, but there's are scammers on Craigslist. This does not neglect the need for you to go vet your cash buyers. And what I mean by vetting is just making sure that they are legit cash buyers and they can legitimately buy your property for cash. I think a lot of wholesalers, they might see it and they might think, hey, they bought a house for cash or they have a rental. They're fine for a deal. I'm going to send them a deal. And then they lose out on the deal. They come to me and they're super upset. And it's upsetting to me because these wholesalers, they come to me crying because they can't sell their deal or the cash buyer screwed them. And I always ask them, like, did you ask them the basic pillars of questioning a cash buyer? And here's the funniest part, that they never do. And what are these are basic tenets to finding cash buyers. And I know that's a play on words, the basic tenets, because they have tenets. And I get it. Come on, I'm a genius wordplay architect. I should be writing movies. I get it. But really, what are the questions asked to cash buyer to see if it's legit or not? Number one, hey, first of all, this is the number one thing. Have you bought a house for cash before? Okay. Have you bought an assignment of contract? Do you deal with wholesalers? Do you know what wholesaling is? Yes. Are you okay if I make an assignment fee on this deal? Yes. Perfect. Are you good with a non-refundable deposit? Are you okay with using my title company? Are you okay with one walkthrough? You can't talk to the seller during the walkthrough? Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. You go through the questions and you might be asking yourself like, where do I get these questions? It's actually spitting these things out. This might blow your mind. This might be crazy. This might be something you have never heard before. But if you go to freewholesaling.com, all the questions are there. Like, the exact questions to ask, how to find the title. Like, it is all at freewholesaling.com. It's sad I have to keep plugging it, but I'll get probably 10, 15 questions on this live stream. Like, how do I get started in wholesaling? It's like, go there. And then hop on these streams and ask the questions. That's probably going to be the fastest, easiest, best way possible. So in wholesaling real estate, starting out, go to freewholesaling.com. That's where the success is going to be starting out. And that is how you find the cash buyers. Now, the last part here is Facebook groups. There's a huge swath of cash buyers right now. Getting started in wholesaling, there's so many wholesalers getting started in wholesaling that don't know where to find the cash buyers. They might cold call the for rents. They can't do the cash sales, and they're upset, right? And the honest truth right now is for most of these wholesalers, if you just go to Facebook right now, they're sitting there. Those are where the Big Macs are, right? That's the McDonald's. A lot of the cash buyers are on there. So if you go to your local Facebook real estate investing group, these are where the cash buyers are sitting. This is where the cash buyers are. That's where they're laying around, and that is where the cash buyers are. Now, if you want to go find these cash buyers, just go to local real estate investing groups. So if I live in Charlotte, right, I'll go to the Charlotte Real Estate Investing Group, right? And then I would search at gmail.com. I would search at drop email. I would search cash buyer. I would search all these key terms and go by recents. And people are like, hey, where are my cash buyers in, Charlotte, South Charlotte are? And then John Smith might say, oh, I'm a cash buyer. I'm going to write his name down. I'm going to get his email address down. I'm going to DM him. Remember when I said you got to do 40 to 50 messages a day? DM him and say, hey, are you a cash buyer? I'm a wholesaler looking to sell my deal. You find so many like that. And then the last most important part is I'm going to go to that Charlotte Facebook group, and I'm going to post my super secret $5,000 guru ad copy on how to have you post it and cash buyers come to you. Where do I find this? This is another great. It's all at free. Let me put the freewholesaling.com link so I stop talking about it because I sound crazy because I keep repeating myself like a crazy person. Oh my gosh, I sound like a crazy person saying this. Where is it? All right, boom. All right, freewholesaling.com right there. So freewholesaling.com is how you learn real estate wholesaling for free. So all you gotta do is post in that ad copy right now. You post in that ad copy how to get started in wholesaling. So if you go on that, you're getting started in wholesaling, you post that ad copy. It's like, houses at a deep discount, --, you got the emoji there. And you basically, more or less, you explain that, hey, if you are looking to buy houses cash at insanely deep discounts, message me. I have it done in a really, really good way. And you should get at least 10, 15 cash buyers per post. You can post it once a day in like 4 or 5 groups. You're going to do really good. Make sure you do the state group. So let's do North Carolina. I'm going to do the North Carolina Real Estate Investors Group. I'm going to go to the national one, like the National Cash Buyers Group, all my Charlotte, North Carolina cash buyers. I'm going to go to the county. I'm going to go to the municipality. I'm going to do the whole state, right? Like I'm just going to dominate that. And I'm going to find a ton of cash buyers. And boom,